Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, Quentin, how are you today? Hey, thanks for joining us, man. I missed you for a couple. Good morning, good morning. Let's see. Sakija, thanks for joining us today. Wow. Let's see. Hold on a second here. Let me do something very, very important. Wow, I love it. While people are getting on board here, we're going to okay, let me see here. All right, let's do this. All right. Okay. Today is a great day for living, sharing, and being alive. And I wanted to just reach out to everyone. Hey, Lynette, thanks for joining us today. You know, it's amazing that this day we're on, today is the 11th day of the 21-day challenge. And, we have a new you for the new year 21-day challenge where we're really promoting and encouraging people to get our new you for the new year success bundle. And the amazing thing is we've been going through this promotion. Every day we've been posting a lesson to help you be better, be stronger, get better results. And it seems like the days are going so fast that we're like halfway there. And it seems like we just started yesterday. And by the way, the new you for the New Year Success Bundle is a $77 investment in yourself. And you should go to herbertharris.info, www.herbertharris.info, and get more information about it. If there's one tool that can help you be what you want to be, do what you want to do, and create the life you want this year, that's the tool. The area I want to focus on today, and it's really something that I've been going through. Starting the year off, we have so many goals and so many objectives and so many things we want to be, do, and have. And I've been writing my plans and writing my goals, and it seems that it's expanding. And I'll be honest with you, like the last couple of days, I had so much going on that I really got a little frustrated. Like, man, I couldn't cover all the bases. And I don't know if that's ever happened to you, but where it seems like at the end of the day, you did not accomplish all the things you wanted to do. And when you look at it like that, that's a lesson. That's a learning experience. And so it's either saying, I'm trying to do too much, or whatever I'm doing, I'm not doing it efficiently, or I let myself get distracted. So let's look at those, because I think this happens to all of us one time or another. Distractions. Now, there's some distractions that you really have to interpret in a certain kind of way. Give you an example. Tuesday, I'm in the studio. I go back to the kitchen and I hear something going, Sss. I wonder what that is. I go out on the back porch. And so on the back porch, I have we have the washer, dryer, the hot water heater, all those kind of stuff out there. And there's a pipe that's like broken and the water's squirting out of it. And I mean like squirting. You could like spraying all over the place. Like, whoa. So I called the plumber immediately. And of course, got nobody, left a message. But I knew I had the presence of mind to go out. I have one of those tools. And this is a good lesson. When we talk about our success bundle being your toolbox for success, as stuff happens to you, when you have your bundle, you have tools to help you deal with. So I have the tool that you use to go out and turn the water off from the street. And I know where it is and I know how to do it. So I go out, I turn the water off. So now we have a house with no water. The bathroom doesn't work. None of those things work. And that's an interruption. And that's one of those kind of interruptions. I'm pointing that out because there are interruptions that you can't avoid. You can't ignore. As a matter of fact, when I went outside to the meter was spinning. And if you can imagine the water bills, water is like as high as milk these days. The water bill would be tremendous just to let it run for another hour, plus the damage it could do to the washing machine, the damage it could do to the floor and on the back porch. So that's an interruption that you have. That's what you call a hard stop interruption. And so a life lesson from that is when you have hard stop interruptions, those that you cannot avoid, then rely on your experience, rely on your knowledge, rely on your tools to handle it, which means you should have some preparation. When you own property, that things happen. And so, hey, welcome, Sade. So whenever you have those hard stop interruptions, handle them, but handle them very efficiently. So now, if you were not there, you might not have a house. That's right. That's right. Thanks so much, Quentin. As a matter of fact, can you imagine if I were not there? Suppose I'd been out of town and no one came to check. That water could have run for days and damaged. There's nothing in a house more destructive than water damage, believe me. Anyway, so when you get a hard stop, rely on your experience, rely on your knowledge, rely on your toolbox. Number one. Number two, put the hard stop in context with what you're doing. Sometimes a hard stop can make you go off. And so in this instance, I called the plumber. I left a message. I called another contractor, a friend of mine, and he said to me, and by the way, at this point, I didn't tell you another little part about the hard stop. The water heater, I could see flames underneath it, and that's something I've never seen before. It's a gas water heater. Now, it was not on fire, but when I touched it, it was very hot. So once again, this was not just a hard stop. This was a extremely hard stop. This is one of those things, if the water's not going in and I've turned the water off and the water heater is still burning, it could explode. It could create a fire. So that's a hard stop. When you have a hard stop situation, handle it. So I left a message with the plumber, nothing else I could do. I called my contractor. He said, look, turn the gas off. Now, that's all I needed to hear. I thought that in my mind, but I was not sure how to do it. And so the life lesson is get advice from somebody who knows what they're doing. So once he said, turn the gas off. I said, is that the little knob in front? Yeah, he said, just turn it and it'll stop. That turns the gas off. And when you turn the gas off, I could see the flames went out. So now, that's all I could do at that point. The contractor said he'd come by and take a look. I left a message for the plumber. I did not immediately call the gas company. Now, I want to give you some insight on that. There are many times you may call an elephant when a mouse is all you need. What do you mean, Doc? When you call the gas company and they come out, it may not be pleasant. Okay, let's just say it like that. It may not be pleasant. Excuse me. Just because they have a whole nother thing to deal with. And it can create a whole nother level of, permits and all this kind of stuff to something that's really very minor. So if it's a serious emergency, of course, when you smell the gas, you hurry up and call somebody and get out there. But the point is to use your experience and your knowledge. Trust your knowledge. Trust yourself. Don't react in a panic mode to do things that are unnecessary and that can create more problems. Once we've done all that we could do at that moment, don't let the crisis, don't let the interruption take over. And so what I'm saying now, in your mind, say, I've done all I can. set it on the side, and get back to what you're doing. You see, there's some situations when you have that interruption, you'll start calling plumbers. You'll go to the internet to find a plumber somewhere to do this. When you know that you have competent people, it's just that the timing right now might not be right, but you have handled the situation so that you don't have to continue whatever the challenge is. And so get right back to work. Get back on the computer. Get back to whatever you're doing. Don't let interruptions take charge of your life. Handle them and then move on your daily plan. So that's a lesson for us today. The other thing of being overwhelmed. Many times we have so many things we want to be, we want to do, we want to have, that it's easy to get overwhelmed. Just want to do too much. So my answer to that is this: to approach it now from what you have to do tomorrow, laying out your action plan. And a key point to that, Quentin, thank you. Wow. You know what? Quentin, I love you, brother. You take care. You take care. I know people have bought badges, and thank you for reminding me. Thank you so much for buying badges to our program. It really validates what we're doing, and we greatly, greatly appreciate it. So thank you, my friend. Thank you, all of you who buy badges for what we do, because we do it. It's a labor of love. We want to share with you, and we hope that it can give you some instruction to help you improve your life and do what you must do. So when you feel overwhelmed and you're literally laying out too much to be done, and you know that at the end of each day, you should monitor your progress. You should monitor your progress, because when you monitor your progress, now you can evaluate how you're doing. So at the end of your day, when you look at, you had a list of 10 things to do, and at the end of the day, you've only done 3 of them. That's cause for concern and cause for reevaluation of your process, of your daily method of operation. So maybe you're setting out too much to do. Maybe you're not scheduling enough time. I'll give an example. I was editing a video. It was a 45-minute video. And you really needed to listen to the whole thing, because you're editing it, and there may be little blips and boops and things in there that you want to take out. So that means you have to listen to it for at least 45 minutes. So if you allocate a half hour to edit the video, you've already set yourself in a hole. Based on your experience, how long does it actually take? For a 45-minute video, it normally takes twice as much time, at least, I'm talking minimum. Whatever the length of the video to properly edit it, it takes at least twice the amount of time, the length of the video, and probably closer to 3 times. So a half-hour video may take you an hour and a half to edit. Knowing that, use your experience now in dealing with the things you have to deal with. Knowing that now, don't set yourself up for failure and say, I'm going to edit this video and I'm going to set aside 45 minutes to do it, because it's a 45-minute video. So when you monitor and evaluate your activities in this light, your experience and your knowledge helps you be more realistic now in assigning the amount of time necessary to get a particular task done. So just recapping, lay out your day the night before, write down not just the things to be done, but schedule when they must be done, and allow the sufficient amount of time to get it done. Now, what happens when you get out of cycle? Well, in laying out your day, leave some cushion. So if you're planning your day 7 to 9, well, leave 9 to 10 open for cushion time. And then the next block, 10 to 12. Beautiful. Leave 12 to 1 open for cushion time. So when you do that, it really gives you a more realistic ability to do the things you set out to do when they need to be done. In addition, when you have an interruption, when something happens and you get thrown off, in addition, what you can do is now get back on track. Example. So when the water thing happened, okay, when I got back on track, and that whole episode took about an hour. Okay? When I got back on track, I looked at it, and the thing that I was doing, I had allocated time for that got interrupted. I went back to the calendar and looked at the thing I was supposed to have been doing at that particular time and made a quick value judgment. When these interruptions happen, if you don't make those value judgments, then you'll end up always playing catch up. So whatever I was supposed to do from 10 to 11, the water break, the water things interrupted that. So when I go back to my calendar, what was I supposed to be doing from 11 to 12? And let me jump on that, unless the thing that got interrupted was one of those critical things that can't be done at any other time. And the reason is because anytime you change your activity schedule, it can throw off the entire rest of your day. So if at all possible, go right to the activity that you're supposed to be doing at that particular time when you get back on track. So with these ideas, lay it out the night before, schedule the time, leave a note. Hey, Dave, thanks for joining us. I love investing. Thank you for joining us. And Laura and me, thank you for joining us. And any of you who get badges, thank you for sharing it. We appreciate your support. So just tying this down. So we've laid out our day the night before, and do it before you get sleepy. I recommend you do it by 9 o'clock at night, maybe even earlier. Because if you wait until you get sleepy, there's that urge to not do it at all, to put it off. Lay out the day, the list of things, schedule the things that must be done, allocate enough time to get it done, and then put some buffers in there so you don't get thrown off, so you're not playing catch up. And then at the end of the day, to monitor your progress. Now, it's very interesting. Those of you, I know many of you have our book, The 12 Universal Laws of Success. And chapter 7, the law of action. All of this is covered in the home study course and in the New You for the New Year Success Bundle. All of this is covered, and with a workbook to help you work these times out so that you can be more efficient. So don't forget, go to herbertharris.info and get your New You for the New Year Success Bundle to give you all the tools you need for success. Once you've done that at the end of the day, you continue that every day. And even if you have one of those days where the day just goes, I mean, things happen. There are days, stuff happens that can throw a whole day off. Well, when that happens, get back on track for the next day, reevaluating where you are and see what you need to do. The next thought was this. There are times when you find yourself behind. And there's a clue. If you find that you're always running late, if you find that you're always flying by the seat of your pants, in other words, you don't have your activities organized in such a fashion that you're arriving late, that you're huffing and puffing, you're flying by the seat of your pants. And what happens is you do just enough to get it done. Don't be very impressed by what other people say. Other people, man, you're doing a great job, incredible. Be aware of your own goals and objectives. So another person said, man, that was a fantastic speech. And your inside, you knew you were late getting there. You just barely got there. You walked out on the stage just as they were calling your name. And you dropped back and did what you always do. As a speaker, you always have certain things that you can drop back into. You can speak on certain things. I know if you get in a clinch, then I can talk about David and Goliath, because everybody has obstacles in their lives. Okay, and you get in a pinch, you can always talk about overcoming doubt. So these are some stuff, but inside that you did not do what you set out to do. So the last thought today is, when you start planning, today, ask yourself, what do you want tomorrow to look like? Make a list of the things you want to accomplish tomorrow in the order of their importance. In other words, not just a list, but a priority list. Make that list of the way you want tomorrow to be. And you know, that's a good thing to do in the morning before you set out. In other words, you already have your list that you made last night, but in the morning, take a brief message and focus on what you want tomorrow to look like. What do you want to have accomplished tomorrow? And the reason I say that is that when you start doing your activities during the day, you're bound up in the nowness. But when you have a picture of the way tomorrow should look, then as you make choice and time allocations during the day, you have tomorrow in mind. For example, if you have a speaking engagement tomorrow, you have your list of things to do today, but your speaking engagement says tomorrow, I want to be well rehearsed. I want to be practiced up. I want to have on this outfit. I want to be, this is what I want tomorrow to look like. And then now reinterpret that in terms of what you're doing today. So that may mean that you have your list of stuff that you did last night, but when you look at tomorrow, you say, okay, you know what? I need to make sure to get my stuff to the cleaners. Yeah. Maybe I need to make sure that I have all my handouts together. I have a PowerPoint to do. Let me make sure that that is done. So when you look at tomorrow and visualize the way you want it to be, it can impact what you do today. And when you use that forward and backwards process, so the night before you lay out the things you want to do tomorrow. Okay? And then when you start your day, look at the next day and say, these are the things I must accomplish the day tomorrow. Okay. And then put it all together so that what you do right now is most impactful based on your plans for yesterday of creating this day, and also with the results you expect tomorrow. Sometimes they match up exactly. Sometimes you say, all right, you know what? I need to put a little bit more emphasis on this because I'm focused on today, but I know that tomorrow I need to be in this situation in that place. And so there's some things that I need to do today for tomorrow. Example, speaking in Raleigh, got to be there at 10 o'clock. That means I got to leave here at 7. Do I want to spend time going to the gas station when everybody else is going to the gas station? So today I may gas up so that tomorrow I don't have to do that. So we've gone through a lot today, but I really wanted to share that because, you know, what you're going through, I go through too. You know, anybody who's not going through growth and learning is not going anywhere. I don't care how successful you are, how many accomplishments you have. If you're not constantly going through that growth process, then you're sliding back. So I share my growth with you and hope that you'll take it and use it. Some of the things that help me get through my day. Because just like you have all the challenges, all the interruptions, and all that you want to do is be able to handle them all more efficiently, more effectively, so that you can create tomorrow the way you want it to be. If you always create tomorrow the way you want it to be, then your life will be in order. And you will truly be able to be anything you want to be, do anything you want to do, and have anything you desire. Always knowing that the best is yet. Essence of Faith, thank you. Thank you so much. So folks, let me just implore you and ask you again. Number one, let me thank you for the badges you purchased, because that really motivates me and validates what we're doing and shows your appreciation. And, you know, it's nothing like being appreciated. Number two, go to our website and really get the New You for the New Year Success Bundle. It's $77, and I think, anyway, $77 investment in yourself. Because then you have all the tools you need. You have the audio book, 6 hours of recorded information. You have the ebook version of the 12 Universal Laws of Success. You have the complete home study course with all the audios there on how to study, how to assess your life, how to make changes, how to set new goals, how to take action in the most effective way. You have audio on the 12 Universal Laws of Success seminar that you can listen to. Audios on how to use the law of command, how to speak your life, speak your world into existence. And there's even an audio on wealth building in trying times, how to put it all together to come out of a challenge and create a victory. So once again, go to our website, www.herbertharris.info, and click on New You for the New Year Success Bundle. And you will truly be able to be, do, and have anything you desire, always knowing that the best is yet to come. Take your life into your hands, make it work out your way. It's not the number of times you stumble down and fall upon the ground. It's the number of times you pick yourself up and keep on moving on to meet your goals. Come on, everyone. The time to love is here. Let these troubled days be done. I tell you, come on, everybody. Come on, everyone. The time to love is here. Let these troubled days be done. Thank you so much for joining us tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Saturday morning. We'll be here for our success mentorship plans. Don't miss it. It can transform your life and help you do, be, and have anything you desire. Always knowing